If you're looking to capture high quality audio with minimal fuss but want something that's flexible enough to grow with your expanding needs, this could be just what you're looking for: the Saramonic Blink500 ProX. Saramonic have firmly planted themselves in the audio market with a whole host of audio solutions, so you're bound to find a higher quality solution for your needs. Available in a couple of different configuration options, the concept itself is nothing new. We've seen the same from Rode and more recently from DJI with the fantastic DJI Mic system. Also available in the same single or dual transmitter configurations. Although the Blink500 ProX, while still small and compact, packs in some extra features, enabling not only beginners to dive in and get started, but also allowing professionals the flexibility to make them useful in many situations. Arriving in a neat matte black hard case, which seems to be extremely well made and has a decent feeling of quality to it, with a single printed logo up top and rubberized non-slip feet down below, not only does this help protect the wireless audio system, but it also features an internal battery that keeps the transmitters and receiver topped up while not in use. On the front we find a row of status LEDs, while a button press highlights how much power remains in the case's internal battery, each LED indicating 25% of course. This can be charged via the single USB-C port on the rear, and while the 3000 mAh battery is enough to charge all internal devices twice over, a full charge from empty takes just 3 hours, even less if the internals are already topped up somewhat beforehand. A second button on the front can be pressed to unlock and open the case, displaying the 2 transmitters and single receiver within this particular configuration, all magnetically held in place within their respective cavities, while a foam piece in the top lid holds them firmly in place when the lid is closed, meaning they won't move around or rattle during transportation. One thing to note, however, is although the kit packs in a larger battery, the case itself is huge in comparison to the DJI Mic case. Neither has any space for their respective cables, of course, and so both come with carry bags instead, although again the Saramonic carry bag is very large in comparison. Not a deal breaker, but something to bear in mind if space in your camera bag is already at a premium. That difference in size extends to the transmitters too, the DJI being the smaller and more compact of the two, and although the Saramonic transmitters lack some features, such as separate backup audio track recording for instance, they do have their own benefits too. Each unit contains a small OLED screen, and while these may only be mono, they display plenty of information about the status and audio input. These screens also enable you to navigate the different options and check audio levels while recording. Removing the receiver from the case and flipping it over reveals a clip that can be used to either slot into your camera's hot shoe or clipped onto a cable or strap, while the small size and low weight keep it relatively discreet. However it's attached, the 3.5mm jack can be used to connect the receiver to the camera, with both TRS and TRRS cables being included for use with other recorders, such as smartphones for instance. Alongside the line out, there's also a headphone socket so you can easily monitor the audio, all nice and neat. Otherwise, on one side is the main power button, which also acts as a mute button. Keep this pressed for 2 seconds to power up the receiver, and we receive plenty of useful status information, including signal strength, battery levels, audio levels, and so on. From here we can use the directional buttons on the opposite side to adjust monitoring audio levels, as well as navigating the menu system, which is a very easy and straightforward procedure. There's not a whole lot to explore here, and keeping things simple in this way isn't such a bad thing. It means you can get straight into capturing high quality audio with minimal fuss. Talking of capturing audio, the 2 transmitters are the same size and shape, with the same button placement to power up, mute, and navigate the menu system. Again, easy with the built-in OLED displays, something not present on the DJI system, I may add. On the top we find a high quality built-in omnidirectional condenser capsule microphone, so with the unit clipped onto your subject you are able to capture high quality audio with no further requirements, and for times when capturing audio outdoors a windscreen is provided and clips neatly into place as and when needed. Anyways, next to this we find a line-in port providing the ability to connect other audio sources, as well as one of the 2 lavalier microphones also included in the package, an optional and sometimes costly extra with competing units. This makes for a more professional looking setup since rather than having this large unit attached to your talent, it can be clipped away out of sight while the less noticeable lavalier is clipped into place and used instead. The design of the units is very discreet, and as they work on 2.4 GHz, there's no need for large open areas to provide optimal transmission. While they begin to charge as soon as they are placed back into the case, a built-in USB-C port on each unit does provide the ability to charge outside of the case if the need should arise. Talking of charging, each unit incorporates a 400 mAh battery, good for around 10 hours of usage, double that of the DJI Mic, meaning you'll most likely get through a day's shooting, and even if you don't, the charging case will charge these twice over, providing around 30 hours of continuous usage in all. An impressive feat. What stands out about this mic system is that it's so easy to use. From the moment you open the case, the 3 units spring to life and power up, so you don't have to switch them on. Then, as they channel hop automatically to find a clear channel, there's no need to pair or select channels or groups either. The system does it all for you. Just pop them on and off you go. And here's for an indoor test. Default settings here, so some tweaking is needed to get rid of that background noise, but note the receiver does allow you to split the audio feeds from the 2 mics, so you can choose either stereo or mono, which is handy if editing is required. The 2 buttons on the side of the transmitters enable you to adjust the input volume through 6 levels, so if one of the people being mic'd up is louder than the other, their input volume can be adjusted, while the single button on the opposite side provides a quick way of muting the audio entirely. All in all, it's a rather nice setup. The charging case offers a neat place to keep the wireless units safe, keeping the units topped up for up to 30 hours of usage, which is seriously impressive, while an additional pull string bag is provided to keep the lavalier mics, cables and charging case all neatly together, even though it would have been ideal to have the mics and cable included in the case alongside the transmitters and receiver. Saying that, the system is priced around that of the DJI Mic, which is a more feature-rich and much more compact solution, and honestly it's better in the audio capture quality department too. So while I'd personally reach for the DJI Mic, which for me is still the single best compact wireless audio solution overall, if you're after a more basic option though, one where you're not inundated with menus and features, then the Blink500 ProX is a good alternative. It performs well and provides for a good overall package.